Muletrain! Ha ha! Muletrain!
And it is time now for the Muletrain News Program on this Wednesday, February the 11th, 2015. Brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant and the First Bank.
Funeral services for Kirby Brantley, 77 of Muleshoe, will be Thursday morning at 11 at the First United Methodist Church of Muleshoe, with the pastor, the Reverend Mindy McClanahan, officiating. Burial will be in the Muleshoe Memorial Park under the direction of Ellie's Funeral Home. Lunch for the Brantley family will be served after the services in the First United Methodist Church Fellowship Hall. Kirby was born June the 18th, 1937 in McAdoo to T.J. and Ruby Brantley, who later moved to Muleshoe. He graduated from McAdoo High School in 1955. He married Mary Janice Puckett on June the 10th, 1959, at the First Methodist Church here. Kirby had moved from McAdoo to Lasbuddy first and then on to Muleshoe. They came to the Lasbuddy community in 1957. He served in the United States Army National Guard and was a farmer and owned and operated a lawn service business here in Muleshoe. Kirby Brantley was a Shriner and a 32nd degree Master Mason. He had also belonged to the Muleshoe Lions Club when it was functioning here in our community. He was a member of the First United Methodist Church of Muleshoe. His parents, Mr. and Ms. T.J. Brantley, preceded him in death. Survivors are his wife, Mary Janice, of the home here, also his son, Kirby, and his wife, Kaylin, of Bovina, his daughter, Stephanie, and her husband, Robbie Barrett, of Slayton, his brother, Norman, of Muleshoe. There are also 4 grandchildren, Zach, Mandy, and T.J. Brantley, and T.J.'s wife, Stacy, and R.J. Kirby and her husband, Tyson. There are also 2 great-grandchildren surviving Kirby Brantley. They are Kylie Barrett and Ashton Kirby. Please remember all of this family in your prayers. Kirby Brantley died Monday night following a very lengthy illness at his home here in Muleshoe in hospice care. Memorials are asked to be sent by the Brantley family to the First United Methodist Church, Box 505, Muleshoe, zip 79347, or the American Cancer Society Hope Lodge at 3511 10th Street in Lubbock. That zip is 79415. Online condolence messages can be sent at www.ellisfuneralhomes.com to Mary Janice and her family. And repeating, Kirby Brantley died Monday night in hospice care here at his home in Muleshoe, and funeral services will be at 11 Thursday morning in the First United Methodist Church of Muleshoe, where he was a member, with his pastor, the Reverend Mindy McClanahan, officiating. Burial will be in the Muleshoe Memorial Park under the direction of Ellie's Funeral Home of Muleshoe. Funeral services for Steve Benton, 74 of Muleshoe, will be Thursday afternoon at 2 in the 16th and Avenue D Church of Christ of Muleshoe, where he was a member, with the minister Curtis Shelburne officiating. Burial will be in the Bovina Cemetery under the direction of Ellie's Funeral Home of Muleshoe. Steve died very late on Saturday night at Covenant Specialty Hospital in Lubbock. He had been ill for many months. He was born Stevens F. Benton, November the 17th, 1940, in San Angelo, to Rubel and Frances Stevens Benton. He married Paula Kirby on March the 5th, 1993, in Muleshoe. He had moved to Muleshoe that year from Eden, Texas, and was on the Eden Consolidated Independent School District School Board, as well as the Concho County Farm Bureau Board in Eden. He was formerly a member of the Eden Baptist Church before joining the 16th and Avenue D Church of Christ here in Muleshoe, where he was a very active member. Steve Benton enjoyed working with woodwork, guns, knives, and he loved to hunt and fish. He sold pecans and enjoyed John Deere tractors. But more than anything, Steve Benton loved his grandchildren. He had 5 great-grandchildren and 12 great-grandchildren to love. He was preceded in death by his parents, Mrs. Rubel Benton, and his son, John Mark Benton. Steve Benton worked here in our area for the Texas Boll Weevil Eradication Program. Survivors are his wife Paula of the home in Muleshoe, his 3 sons, David F. Benton II of Glen Burnie, Maryland, and Robert D. Benton and his wife Elizabeth of Bethesda, Maryland, and Joe Dan Tarter and his wife Candy of Llano. Also surviving are 2 daughters, Emily Trelica and her husband Scott of New Bronzeville, and Vandy Trider and her husband Stan of Lasbuddy. 12 grandchildren, Eli, Olivia, Sam, Peter, Georgia, Benton, Mark, Kayla, and Sydney Trelica, Isla Grace Combs, Kyle and Corey Chansey, and Corey's wife KC, and Clay and Kyle Tarter. Also, there are 5 great-grandchildren, Caleb, Jonathan, and Nathan Martinez, and Kaylee and Brantley Chansey. Please remember all of Steve Benton's family in your prayers, and you can send sympathy messages to this family at www.ellisfuneralhomes.com. And repeating, Steve Benton died at Covenant Specialty Hospital in Lubbock, where he had been transferred just last Thursday from Hart Hospital, where he had been a patient for some time. And the funeral service will be at the 16th and Avenue D Church of Christ in Muleshoe on Thursday afternoon at 2 o'clock, with Curtis Shelburne, minister, officiating. Burial in the Bovina Cemetery under the direction of Ellis Funeral Home of Muleshoe for Steve Benton. James V. Simcox, 63 years of age, the brother of Janice Snell of Muleshoe, died Monday of cancer. A celebration of Jim's life will be held at the Park Hills Baptist Church in San Antonio on Thursday morning at 10. You may recall that his mother's died just last month, Julia Simcox. He was the son of the late Vernon and Julia Simcox. Please remember all of the family of Jim Simcox, the brother of Janice Snell of Muleshoe, in your prayers, please. His funeral in San Antonio at 10 on Thursday morning. And now 5 area telephone, West Plains Telecommunications, gives you the weather forecast, which is definitely a change after our high for the last several days in the very high 70s. On Tuesday, the high officially in Muleshoe was 78 and the low was 37. And this morning at 7:30, it was 37 degrees also. And now a message from our sponsor.
5 Area announces faster internet speeds at the same price. If you notice that your internet is faster than before, there's a reason for that. 5 Area's increased speeds without increasing the price. If you're at 384K, you now have 768K. 1 meg is now 2 meg. 3 meg is now 4 meg. If you're in town on the fiber network, there are higher upload speeds available to you now as well. Call 5 Area for more information. 806-272-5533. Some restrictions apply due to location. That's faster internet speeds at the same price through 5 Area telephone. Looking at our forecast, notice quite a change out there this Wednesday morning from yesterday on Tuesday. A 30% chance of rain, mainly afternoon today. On Wednesday, mostly cloudy for the Muleshoe area. High only around 46 degrees. Windy with the northeast winds between 25 and 30 miles per hour. Decreasing later this afternoon to 15 to 20 miles per hour. Winds could gust as high as 40 miles per hour as this front moves through the Muleshoe area. Partly cloudy tonight with a low around 27 north-northeast winds between 5 and 15 miles per hour. Sunny on Thursday, high near 55, so we're going to warm up a little bit on Thursday. North wind between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Mostly clear Thursday night, low around 29. Sunny on Friday, high near 66. West winds between 10 and 15 miles per hour, becoming northeast in the afternoon. Mostly clear Friday night with a low around 32. Sunny on Saturday, getting even warmer with a high near 72 degrees. West-southwest winds between 5 and 15 miles per hour. Mostly clear Saturday night, low around 36. Mostly sunny on Sunday, high near 65. Southwest winds around 10 miles per hour. Then partly cloudy Sunday night, low around 36. And that is our weather forecast through this weekend for the Muleshoe area. Again, very changed today as a front moves through. We have a 30% chance of rain this afternoon, mostly cloudy with a high around 46 degrees, so much colder than Monday and Tuesday here in the Muleshoe area today on Wednesday. Windy with a northeast wind, 25 and 30 miles per hour. Decreasing later in the afternoon, gusts could reach as high as 40 miles per hour today as the front comes through the Muleshoe area. Then partly cloudy tonight with a low around 27. Thursday, again, sunny, high near 55. Mostly clear Thursday night, low around 29.
On Wednesday and Thursday, it's time to nominate the man you think would be the perfect Mr. Valentine. To nominate a man for Mr. Valentine, all you need to do is call Channel 6 at 272-3990. That is any time on Wednesday or Thursday you can nominate Mr. Valentine. Now, the men that are nominated for Mr. Valentine will be voted on all day on Friday. And to vote, it's one vote per viewer and listener. And you can call Channel 6 to vote for Mr. Valentine anytime on Friday. The number again is 272, of course, area code 806, 272-3990. And on Valentine, which is this Saturday, we will announce who you, our listeners, have elected as our Mr. Valentine. And he will receive a big gift basket from K&K Pharmacy, the sponsor of Mr. Valentine. So Wednesday and Thursday, nominate, and on Friday, vote for Mr. Valentine by calling Channel 6 at 806-272-3990. K&K Pharmacy, the sponsor of this year's Mr. Valentine. We'll be back with more Muletrain news, and we'll tell you about the new candidates on the city and also the hospital board election.
This edition of the Muletrain News is brought to you today by the First Bank, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant. First Bank now has School Spirit MasterCard debit cards available now. Show your school spirit for the Muleshoe Mules, the Dimmitt Bobcats, or the Bovina Mustangs. Come in to First Bank right here in Muleshoe today at 202 South 1st Street, or call them 806-272-4515 for more information. Introducing the new School Spirit MasterCard debit cards from First Bank. Show your team spirit and earn cash back for your school every time you swap your card. Available now for the Muleshoe Mules, the Dimmitt Bobcats, and the Bovina Mustangs here in Muleshoe at the First Bank, 202 South 1st Street. Call 806-272-4515. Check them out online, fbmuleshoe.com. The First Bank is a member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Chips are delicious. Have you been wasting time looking for a good meal? Well, go to Leal's Mexican Restaurant in Muleshoe at 1010 West American Boulevard and try the Irma's Special. If you are under 12, try the grilled cheese. You know Leal's in Muleshoe is the original Leal's Mexican Restaurant. I highly recommend it. 5 generations of our family have eaten at Leal's. What did you say, Isla? Chips are delicious.
Lasting Impressions right here in Muleshoe, 516 South 1st Street, where they have your perfect Valentine's Day gifts of roses, candy, gifts, balloons, and much, much more. That's 516 South 1st Street right here in Muleshoe. Lasting Impressions, and they do remind you that they will deliver to school on Friday morning. They'll be open all day Saturday at Lasting Impressions, Valentine's Day as well. Call 806-272-4287. Sarah Santos and her staff at Lasting Impressions right here in Muleshoe. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. They will deliver for Valentine's Day to the schools Friday morning, and also they'll open all day on Saturday, Valentine's Day. Perfect roses, candy, gifts, balloons, flowers, and more. Get them something special this year for Valentine's Day from Lasting Impressions right here in Muleshoe, 806-272-4287.
The latest candidate to file in the city election is for the special election for District 2, and the candidate is Matt Davis. Now, the reason there is a special election is because Irene Mason will resign as the District 2 council representative on the Muleshoe City Council because she is running for mayor against the incumbent mayor, Cliff Black. And there are only 2 candidates for mayor as of Wednesday morning. And for the special election in District 2 on the City Council, Matt Davis. Also, new candidates in the Muleshoe Area Hospital District election. Place 2 incumbent Alan Smyre has filed, and place 4 incumbent Dana Rasco. In the school board election, they're all incumbents. District 1, Jay isn't an incumbent, pardon me. Jay Cage. District 4, Sergio Leal, incumbent. At large on the Muleshoe Independent School Board of Trustees, Jared Lee, incumbent. Now, you can file for the city, the school board, and also the hospital district elections, all at City Hall here in Muleshoe, open 8 to 5 weekdays at 215 South 1st Street, across the street east from the First Bank. And the last day to file in all 3 of these city, school, and hospital elections will be February the 27th. The Muleshoe Lady Mules won their game on Tuesday night over Tulia Lady Hornets. Muleshoe Lady Mules 57, Tulia Lady Hornets 42. This means that the Lady Mules are 4th in District 2, 2A, and Shallowater is the district champions in the girls division. The Lady Mules ended with 13-13 on their year, and in district they won 4 and lost 6 games and are 4th and will go into the playoffs. The by-district game will be against Childress girls, and that will be Monday at 6 o'clock at Floydada High School gym. Admission will be $5 for adults and $3 for students, according to Muleshoe High School Athletic Director David Wood. The freshman boys game in Shallowater has been moved to start at Monday afternoon at 3. The 7th and 8th grade games have been moved to 4 o'clock. There will be no B-team junior high school games played on Monday, but it's 6 o'clock at Floydada by district playoff for the Lady Mules against Childress. And of course, we will be there, and we will make a video of the Lady Mules game in by district. Now, this is the first time in many years that the girls have advanced. In fact, it's the first time in 5 years that they have advanced to the playoffs. Also advancing will be Shallowater, Littlefield, and Dimmitt girls from our district. 4 teams go into district playoffs or by district playoffs. Other scores, the Mules also won their game over Tulia, and that was Tuesday night as well. Mules 60, Hornets 36. And the Mules now have 2 more games to play. They will play Friday night, and that will be at Shallowater. And this is a district game for the JV and the varsity boys. The JV Mules play at 5, and then the Mules will play the Mustangs 6:30 Friday night at Shallowater. The last games of the regular season for the Mules will be next Tuesday, February 17th, here at home, and the JV boys and the varsity will play Dimmitt at that time. Other scores from Tuesday night: Hart beat Spring Lake Earth Lady Wolverines 52-40. Nazareth beat Lasbody girls 70-22. In our district, Shallowater, the district champs, beat Dimmitt Bobbies 69-50. Sudan Nets beat the Lady Bulldogs of Tahoka 50-44 at Tahoka. Crest 59, Amherst 32, and we say again, the Lady Mules 57, Tulia 42. Now in the boys, the Mules, we must say again, beat Tulia 60-36, and Littlefield from our district beat Freona 75-49. Hart 73, Spring Lake Earth 66. Nazareth 72, Lasbody 22. From our district, Shallowater beat Dimmitt 66-47. Tahoka 76, Sudan 53. Boys Ranch 76, Bovina 36. This is all in boys. Denver City 63, Post 27. Panhandle 45, Farwell 31. Martin 66, Seagraves 55. All games played on Tuesday night. Now, back to the girls. Some interesting facts that you will be amazed about, even though the Lady Mules are 4th in district. Coach Carrie Sutter says that the Lady Mules opponents scored 44.1 games per game. And the Lady Mules scored 47.7. In the individual stats, Daniela Diaz had 10.6 points per game and 70.1% free throws, and that, Coach Sudduth says, is outstanding. Connie Niblett had 10 points per game and 9.1 rebounds per game. Sadie Sudduth, 9.4 points per game and 5.9 assists per game, and only 51 turnovers for the entire year, 2 per game. That's 91.6% free throws, and that's outstanding also, the coach added. Sydney Sudduth, 8.8 points per game, 5.3 rebounds per game, and 76.1 free throws, another outstanding performance this year by Sydney. Shanice Rosas had 6.6 rebounds per game and a super defensive job all season long for the Lady Mules. Coach Carrie Sudduth added that Childress is a very athletic girls team, and they're playing very well right now. They just rolled through their district schedule, and of course, they go into Monday night's game against the Lady Mules, and the Childress girls only had one close game in district, but the Lady Mules are going into the by-district game at Floydada with confidence, according to the girls athletic coordinator and head Lady Mules football coach, Carrie Sudduth. Thank you, Carrie, for giving us that info. Now, also on the sports scene, the Lamesa Golden football program will once again be coached by Tim James, a Muleshoe High School graduate, son of Willie James of Muleshoe and the late Laverne James. The successful football coach, Tim James, formerly of Muleshoe, is leaving Rawls to return to lead the Golden Tornadoes. Tim James was at Lamesa from 96 through 2002, 7 years as an assistant and 7 as a head coach at Lamesa High School. Lamesa has won 1 game in the last 3 years and 17 in the 12 years since James left. The Golden Tornadoes' last winning season was under Tim James, and that was in 2001. From 1999 to 2001, Tim James and the Golden Tornadoes of Lamesa made deep playoff runs, winning 30 games in that span of time. Tim has been coaching Rawls the last 6 years, and prior to that spent 5 years at Post, where the Bowl Gold of Post went 27 in a brutally tough district. Of course, Tim is not only the son of Willie James of Muleshoe, but the brother of Tanya Poole, also of Muleshoe, and Bill James is his brother. So good luck to you, Tim James, a Muleshoe High School graduate, as he goes back to coach the Golden Tornadoes of Lamesa High School in football. We'll be back with more Muletrain news in just a jiffy. And if you don't know what a jiffy is, stay tuned and then you will find out.
K&K Pharmacy right here in Muleshoe, 1411 West American Boulevard, where all this week, February 9th through 13th, they are celebrating Heart Health Awareness Week. Come in to K&K Pharmacy and get educated on what supplements are good for your heart on February 13th, this Friday. Anyone who comes in gets a free blood pressure screening and free samples of selected heart-healthy products at K&K Pharmacy, 1411 West American Boulevard, right here in Muleshoe, all week. Heart Health Awareness Week, and come in Friday, February 13th, and get your free blood pressure screening and free samples of selected heart-healthy products at K&K Pharmacy. And don't forget, they have great Valentine's Day gift right here in Muleshoe, 1411 West American Boulevard. The Parkview Nursing Care Center needs to hire an activities assistant part-time on the weekends and special occasions. Contact Janice Morrison, the activities director at Parkview Nursing Care Center, 806-272-7578. The Parkview Nursing Care Center is overlooking our new city park, 1100 West Avenue J. And again, they need to hire an activities assistant part-time on weekends and special occasions. Contact the activity director, Janice Morrison, 806-272-7578. Parkview Nursing Care Center, right here in Muleshoe.
The Muleshoe High School Fine Arts Night to Shine has been scheduled for Monday night, March the 9th, from 5:30 to 7, and the Muleshoe High School Commons area is where it all starts, with the performance from the choir and band at 7, and the students' artwork will be displayed in the Commons area also. The meal will be brisket, beans, potatoes, rolls, sopapilla, cheesecake, tea, and water. That will be starting at 5:30. Also, the one-act play will be presented at 8 o'clock on March 9th at Carrie Moore Auditorium of Muleshoe High School. Tickets are on sale now from all fine arts students of Muleshoe High School. Now that's art, band, choir, and drama students have these tickets, and you can dine in, and there will be no takeouts on that evening of March the 9th. So put that now on your calendar. The Calvary Baptist Church adults will have their Valentine banquet Sunday evening at 6 o'clock at the Civic Center, and tickets are $10 each. The Muleshoe School Board meets Thursday night at 7 at the School Administration Building. There will be an open forum for public participation. They will consider a contract with the City of Muleshoe to conduct the school board election, which will be May the 9th. There will be administrative reports on enrollment in the Muleshoe school system. They will consider approval of the 2015-16 district calendar, approve bank signature card resolution, approve the update 101 to the board policy manual. Also, they will consider administrative contracts, accept resignations, and consider new personnel. That's Thursday night at 7 at the Muleshoe School Board meeting at the School Administration Building, 514 West Avenue G in Muleshoe. On your prayer list, please remember Frances Miramontes. She did go to see her doctor on Monday at University Medical Center in Lubbock. She had back surgery recently, and her husband Philip tells us that they will be sending her in the near future to another doctor in Lubbock, as she is having other problems also. Please remember Frances Miramontes in your prayers, and her husband Philip and their family. Also, Shelby Acosta and her children, Renee Copley, Brad Goen and his family, the family of Shar Huggins, Maria Mendoza, Janice Snell, Larry Thornton, Ruth Guzman, Delmer Clements. He has lymphoma and will go back to see his doctor in Lubbock for more chemo starting on next Monday. Remember Delmer Clements and his wife Pat and all of their family, Keith Berman and his son Scott, the family of R.W. Waller of Slayton, 74 years of age, formerly of Hale Center, the stepfather of Stacy Connor of Muleshoe, whose funeral was held on Monday. Also, Robert and Mary Jo Black, Belle Kelly, Laverne Smyre, Lornette Mason, Noble Killow, Johnny Howard, who has cancer, Lyndon Huckabee, who is now in a nursing home in Brownwood, and he formerly lived here. He is of Winters now, and Lyndon Huckabee has cancer. Remember his wife Linda and their family too. Dr. Carrie Moore, recuperating from back surgery, Connie Alanis, Steve Downey, Evelyn Ellington, Jim Hale, we're glad to report, is home from the hospital and doing better. Robert Johnson also is home after his back surgery last month. And Lynn Campbell, recuperating from her back surgery. And Jerry Flowers, Pat Kirk, Kelly Lawrence, Roy Lovelady, Brittany Railsback, Terry Snell, and Richard Voiles and his wife, Georgia. Please remember all of these on your prayer list. Well, it's just about time for us to go now on the Muletrain News. So get up there, Little Red. Come on, Corina. Hiya, Arbutus, Andalay, Monkey Paw, Julia, Gray, Isla, and Olay.
Train. Ha ha. Mule train. Clippity clopping over hill and plain. Seems as how they never stop. Clippity clop, clippity clop, clippity, 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 clippity clopping along.
And this edition of the Muletrain News has been brought to you today by the First Bank, along with Leal's Mexican Food Restaurant. On this Wednesday, February the 11th, 2015, you can hear our Muletrain News program available on Reach Broadband Channel 6 rotating here in the programming. As well, find the last 10 Muletrain News programs archived anytime you want to listen to them on our website, muleshoetv.com. Click on the Muletrain News link in the top center of the page. Free of charge, on demand, anytime you want to watch them, courtesy of the First Bank along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith from Mexico with love. Details in a moment on The Sound of Texas.
The Sounds of Texas are brought to you here on Reach Broadband Channel 6 as well as MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association with offices in Muleshoe as well as in Morton. They're celebrating 75 years of rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area through Bailey County Electric. The board of directors, the members, the employees, the manager, CEO David Markle all hope that you enjoy the Sounds of Texas program with Tumbleweed Smith.
When David Busey of Alpine was vacationing in Mazatlan, Mexico, he met a girl who would later become his wife.
I was sitting in a restaurant on the beach, and I happened to notice a very beautiful young lady walking around. Thought she worked there or whatever. After an hour, I had my meal, having a drink, and she comes and sits down with me. I thought, wow, this is my lucky day, I guess. Well, it turns out she worked for a very fine hotel there. She was in timeshare, and she was inviting me to breakfast. And, of course, that's the sales pitch and all that. And I said, oh, okay, well, I'll do that. I did. I went out to the presentation. But in the meantime, I said, maybe we could go out or something. And she says, okay, well, I invited her out to a pretty nice restaurant in that same hotel she was in. But, of course, she brought her mother with her. Everywhere we went, she brought her mother. And so, okay.
The girl was Susana Sandoval.
Everywhere I went for a week with him, we went out dancing, having dinner. My mom was always with me.
We just kind of hit it off.
David saw Susana a few times and asked her to marry him.
And I said, I'm sorry, but I'm not ready to settle. I was about 19. I look older, because I was working since I was young and I dress up and I look a little older, so he thought I was like 21.
Things happened and we didn't see each other for about another 10 years. So one time I went back again to Mazatlan we just happened to encounter each other on one of the sea walks there.
They had breakfast, and Susanna had some thoughts running through her head.
We're sitting there in this Chiquita Banana restaurant, and those birds are just playing with the waves running. And I had this sense of security and safety and protection and love when just looking at him, and I just felt how nice it would be to spend the rest of my life with this person. But it wasn't something that I thought he would talk to me about. I just daydream about it. That feels so good. And then he says, I'm going to stay for about a week. He says, and your mama? I say, oh, my mama. I say, he says, bring her so we could talk. I say, okay.
Susanna and David Busey married on March 10, 1997. They have a jewelry store in Alpine called La Azteca. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.
It is time now for the market report, brought to you today by Stephen DeMint, financial advisor with Edward Jones, member SIPC, located right here in his offices at 104 West 2nd Street. Call 806-272-4102. Stephen can assist you with any of your financial needs, no matter where you live. The market report was recorded this Wednesday, February the 11th, 2015 at 11 a.m. U.S. stocks are a little change ahead of a meeting of Eurozone finance ministers set to discuss plans for Greece's debt limiting declines as positive earning results from companies such as Pepsi and Time Warner. Investors now look forward to a batch of earnings data from companies including Cisco, Applied Materials, and Whole Foods, which all report after the market closes today on Wednesday. U.S. Treasury prices are edging lower ahead of an auction of 10-year notes later today.
So far this morning in the S&P 500, the best performing sector is healthcare, while the worst performing sector is utilities. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 34 points to 17,834. The S&P 500 index is down 2 to 2,067, and the Nasdaq Composite Index is up 19 to 4,807. This morning, volume on the New York Stock Exchange is moderate, with 276 million shares traded. Decliners are outnumbering advancers by roughly a 4-3 margin. In commodity markets, the spot price of gold is down $10 to $1,223. The spot price of silver is down 13 cents to $16.81, and crude oil prices are down $1 to $48. In bond markets, the 30-year Treasury yield is currently 2.60%, and the 10-year Treasury yield is 2.01%. In stocks of local interest, Apple is up $2.25 to $124.29. ConocoPhillips is down 11 cents to $67.88. Johnson & Johnson is down 3 cents to $100.32. AT&T is down 43 cents to $34.42. Pfizer is up 17 cents to $34.32. Target is down 48 cents to $76.17. Xcel Energy is down 69 cents to $35.56. ExxonMobil is down 81 cents to $90.21. Walmart is down 83 cents to $86.46. And Procter & Gamble is up 29 cents to $85.68. This is Dana Rimpey of Edward Jones, member SIPC, serving individual investors with personalized attention and long-term financial advice at 104 West 2nd Street in Muleshoe. Daily commentary is also located on our website at edwardjones.com.